What is the best way? I got a big question for you here, and I think a lot of golfers find this hard. Coiling up in the backswing, powering through the downswing, what is the best way to coil up our core for power, speed? But the main thing for me is consistency. We're going to get you sorted in today's golf instruction video. There's nothing more than I hate is actually putting your rain cover on your clubs. I don't mind playing in the rain, but it's just something about it. It looks nice and neat with no rain cover on. Don't know how you feel about this. Are you a fair weather golfer or aren't you? I'll let you decide what I am. I think you can probably tell with the amount of layers you all comment that I wear. So let's think about this in two stages today. Number one being, what is actually rotation? Number two, what is this sort of firing drill to help me feel this backswing and downswing? And the reason why I like this is because you can actually do this drill at speed and you actually get a feeling of athleticism into the ball. One thing I'm going to point out, this video, instruction video, is going to be perfect for any age, any handicap. You can just do this to the best of your ability. Don't feel you're watching a rotation video, oh, I can't do that. Just watch it, because I really think you can find some marginal yards, and 1-2% better is all it could be to have that real satisfaction of beating your friends. If we're honest, that's all we're bothered about, right? Starting off, grab an alignment stick. This is the sort of technical part of this video. First off, just place it across your chest, and if you can follow along with me, absolutely fab. If you're at work, just get a pencil and put it across your chest. So what I want you to feel here is that we've got a feeling of this. Now if you look here, my spine's slightly tilted away from target, my back's nice and flat, I've got good hip turn and good shoulder turn, okay? I've also stayed what looks relatively central. Now what my trigger is for this is I feel as though my trigger to start is my left shoulder starts to work down underneath, so a little bit of left bend, and then my right pocket works around. I slightly lose some flex in my right leg, okay? And if you've got a bit of a mirror, watch yourself back here, look in the mirror, right? I can really feel like I've got a bit of tension here, my voice changes. If I'm turning here, my voice isn't really changing, I don't feel I've got some coil, therefore we're not maximising our capability. I would rather this, you make a shorter coil but a better coil, rather than feel you have to get a bigger turn and sacrifice loss of posture. Point got to be understood. Okay, so if you come down the line perspective now, this rotation factor of, and I like this is not the overall analogy, but this is something to help you fathom out this backswing. Imagine there's a heavy weight just down here, I've got it on a cable. I was pulling this heavy weight back and through, you'd really have to work your left shoulder down to the golf ball. You couldn't pull this heavy weight this way. So look at it from this perspective, and again, imagine that heavy weight's down there, pulling it back and through, pulling it back and through. This would really get a coil. And as I said before, I don't mind if you just go shorter, that's fine. But let's not get that loss of posture, because anytime that happens, you may feel like you've got more power because you swung longer, but in reality, it has that counter effect and consistency. Let's get into this now. Downswing thought, and this is sort of, I like to think of the downswing as like a flowing motion. So it's not necessarily dot to dot. Think of like a helicopter, think of like a windmill. The propellers on those work always back and through on a similar plane, right? Well, the same, but we're not as mechanical as them. Well, hopefully our golf swing's not. I want you to feel as though you're going to slingshot your right shoulder down and under your chin, and your left pocket's going to go out the way. And I'd really encourage you to do this with some speed. Don't let it feel dot to dot, let it feel as though a sequence of events. So watch this, pull the cable through, slingshot the shoulder under. Simple, effective. This is really starting to get clicking in your mind, okay? So it's left shoulder down, a little bit of left bend, right pocket, right bend, left pocket. you can really start to see how you can access that rotation exactly like a Tour Pro. Now, super important that you listen to this final bit. Many people go wrong because they'll go, you know what, I've got that. You haven't, right? You're here to improve your golf, and I'm going to really help you do this. So the analogy, please promise me this, and put promise down below in the comments, that at the start of a range session, you're going to put aside 10 golf balls. Now I know this might feel like you're just wasting them, you're not. You're going to throw them down the range. Sorry, but you are. Put aside 10 golf balls, and when you feel like you're losing that rotational aspect, just pull that golf ball out and throw it, okay? Just like this. We'll put some slow-mos over this as well. So this is bringing in backswing and downswing, and it's really, really key. So we're going to start off left hand on our right shoulder. We're going to pull back and in posture, and then we're going to fire this ball through. We're going to throw it. So the great thing about this is you get that feeling of coiling up in the backswing, and then you get that feeling of not only a sequence but also doing that in posture, because I'd soon know if I threw it high, if I stood up, I'd soon know if I threw it over, my right shoulder worked out and there was no separation. It's a great way of bringing our motor skills from other sports into this. And that's why I'm saying this is unbelievably good no matter age or ability. I'd even say the more new we are to golf, the better this is for you. The more lower handicap there is, the better this is for you. You're a mid handicapper, it is perfect, okay? Grab that golf ball. Left hand on right shoulder, pull, throw. You can really see there on that slow-mo how much of a sequence I worked in. Fab for bringing up that rotation and coil in your golf swing. You've got to feel like this is working. So you've got the technical knowledge, you've now got a drill to use at the range. This is how you're going to take it to the golf course. Now, if we're perfectly honest, we're all looking for better rotation with the big dog, because we want to hit it further, we want to hit it longer, we want to be longer than our mates. Go on, get in those comments below and tag your golf mates in here, or just put their names down below, the guys that you hit it longer than. Or, well, no one else has to admit their friends hit it longer than them, but get them in the comments as well, because I think it's really interesting to see who is longest one in the group. There's always that person, there's always that lady, there's always that member of the team who is longer, but can you get closer to them? Can you get past her? I believe with some better rotation and some sequencing, you can. Okay, this is how you're going to take it to the golf course, and this is what I would use every single time I bring out the big dog, I bring out the irons, I bring out the wedge, just on a smaller scale. So with driver, let that left shoulder work under, right hand on, right shoulder under, and I really feel as though I am tilted over the golf ball and my shoulders are working, or are now my propellers to my helicopter, working through the same space. And to allow this to be facilitated, my right pocket works around, my left pocket works around, okay? If you're struggling on the golf course to get the feeling, you can't obviously throw a ball, but you can picture that. Do it once to start. Give yourself a trigger. There's no rules in the golf game to do that. Don't care what other people think, care about lowering your scores. More fairways, longer drives. What more do we want from golf? And I think the thing you got to think here is, if you're rotating better, you're going to find the middle more often. So you're getting all the benefits of more speed, more power, more consistency, as I promised you right at the start of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Join you tomorrow at the same time.